Let's see. Oh, man. Let's see here. What's good, people? Change this a little bit. Yeah. I accidentally knocked down the camera. Or knocked it out of place, so I don't know. How everybody doing? We talking Spurs? Yeah, we can talk Spurs, man. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Texas? Dude, it is so frustrating when our star players go down. And it has nothing to do, well, I mean, some of it has to do with watching the games, but I didn't have super high hopes for this season, but like, man, bro, no one shows up. No one shows up. No one wants to talk about Spurs. No one cares. It's only when we're winning. It's only when everyone's available that people want to come out and talk about the Spurs and be excited about it. Huh? Nah, that ain't real. Is this real? This ain't real. Is it real? It ain't real. Is that real? No, is this real? Is this for real? This ain't real. Shut up. Oh, dude, Adolescence is trending? Heck yeah. Everyone should go watch that, okay? Everyone should watch Adolescence. I'll be a little bit more specific. I'll be more direct. Every man or young man should watch Adolescence. Please watch it. Oh my God. So good. So good. So good. Don't ever get wrapped into the incel community or incel ideology. Please, for the love of God, seek help. Be a little bit more flexible. Have a little bit more flexibility with the way that you think. Please. Good God. But yeah, watch Adolescence, y'all. Please. I hope CP gets the ball and all 82. We actually have to talk about CP. I need to know if this is real though. No one's talking to me about this. Let me go to. Oh wait, actually, let's just Google it. We'll just Google it. Dragon Ball Super. It would be a news article, right? Okay, I don't think it's real. Okay, it's only this person. This got to be like a April Fool's thing, right? Oh, okay. We're gonna get such lame man, we're gonna get such lame stuff on April. I don't like April Fool's Day. No, it's fake. Who likes April Fool's Day? Like, it's like the worst holiday. Like, literally the worst holiday. It's not like everyone makes jokes and they're not funny. I don't know. It's just everything is just to trick you. It's not fun. Oh gosh, guys, I did not. Okay. I guess this is something worth talking about. I didn't think that this was something worth talking about, but apparently I wasn't expecting to get this many views on just a one-off tweet today. So I tweeted out, Spurs fans have been real quiet since Wemby and Fox went out. No one is watching these games. Thought we loved this squad, Wemby or not. That's truly how I feel, right? Like, these games haven't been the most fun in the world, right? I mean, a lot of these, especially in this stretch that we're already in, I don't expect any wins, right? I think the next 4 games should probably be 4 losses, right? But I did expect the Spurs to be competitive, which they have been for the most part. But I've enjoyed the games, right? I've enjoyed watching Sohan and his development. Castle, probably the most I've enjoyed is Castle. Him taking on that role and the way that he finishes games is pretty impressive for his age. Just overall, I'm enjoying the squad, right? I know that everyone won't be on the team. Like, obviously, like we got this draft coming up. We got free agency coming up. Like, a lot of guys are going to be gone. But I am a little, like, saddened by Spurs fans right now. I think everyone at this point is just waiting for the offseason so we can start talking about draft picks and all that good stuff. But, man, we still got a little basketball left. We can't sit back and enjoy this as as it goes on. I don't know. It's a little bothersome. But a few comments here that I saw earlier. I just wasn't expecting this many people to have a comment about it. It's 113 comments. So let's go through some of these and see what's going on with Spurs fans, okay? Because it's been very quiet, very quiet. And I try my best to be in tune with the Spurs community to just see how people are feeling. I know that not having our top players obviously isn't as fun, but these are still staples, right? Like we still have a couple staples, potential staples for the future, right? I think Castle and Sohan alone are two staples that we can bet on that's going to be with the team when we're making big runs, right? Those are like two almost near guaranteed staples, right? Unless a great deal comes up that you trade one of them, but I don't think that'll be the case. But anyways, John Dyer says the city hit losing fatigue last season. Spurs Twitter finally hit it this season. Is that true? I mean, losing fatigue. I mean, I'll just be real, man. I feel like if you have losing fatigue at this point, it's just because you're a Spurs fan. Like legitimately, it's just because you're a Spurs fan. Like, we've been spoiled for so long. I mean, it's literally like a few losing seasons. The Spurs were mediocre for a couple, and now we've had like 2 or 3 losing seasons, which most franchises are like, I would take 2 or 3 and getting a superstar in the process over anything that my franchise have been doing. So we're a little, we're a little spoiled. Brother, our 2 best players are out with a couple weeks left, and Devin Vassell, the first option. Ain't no one trying to see all that. I've been enjoying. I put here, I enjoyed Castle. Hold on, let's see. I ain't speaking of myself, honestly. I've been tuning in to watch Castle, but other than that, it's hard to care at the moment. I got it. It's important though. These next couple weeks are important. Let's see. I'm watching horrible coaching and rotations. That is fair. Castle Rookie of the Year. Yeah, for sure. Is this a long comment? No, it's not. I'm trying to watch what I can, but when they're getting blown out the way they did last night, it's hard to be tuned in. I love watching early on in games when they still look competitive. And honestly, Castle alone is worth watching. But when they get beat bad, it's just hard to watch. I understand. I'm gonna usually watch the halftime. To be honest, I've been through it all. The post-Timmy era, the Kawhi debacle, the DeRozan team. And that's another thing, too. The DeRozan era, this might be controversial, okay? But I feel like the DeRozan era was more boring than this era. Like, the first year DeRozan was here, it was cool. But after that first season, it was very apparent the Spurs probably aren't going to do anything, and we're just kind of in no man's land where we're just going to be this slightly above mediocre team that never do anything in the post. And that is the most miserable feeling in the world. I would take this over anything that was going on around that time. Those few years of being mediocre was so terrible, bro. I did not enjoy that whatsoever. So I'm genuinely enjoying this. Like, I know that a future is ahead. Like, you can see it. What the heck, Shaden Sharp Muse? You're talking about Spurs fans, right? The ones who stopped watching from 2020 to 2023. They ain't watching this team without their guys. But that's the thing. At that time, maybe, you didn't have Wemby yet. Okay, whatever. You kind of tuning in and out a little bit. You're just kind of waiting. But we have a future here. Some of these guys on this team are going to be guys that's going to be playing with Wemby. They're important too. Blake Wesley in particular, I think it's important to watch him and see, hey, do you think that he fits or not? We do love this squad. Don't worry about the bandwagons. I'm a real one still watching, although it's tough sometimes. Going to Denver for the game Wednesday. I would imagine going to the physical game is way more fun. I wish I spent more time watching my lottery team lose every game. God, is it really just comes down to like W or L? I mean, I know it's important to win games, but at this point, at the rest of this season, does it matter? We're just in to watch the development and see if we see any improvements. At least that's how I approach it. I just wanted to talk about this briefly because I've noticed it. I've noticed this drag in which a lot of fans just aren't engaging anymore. Like they just disappeared from Spurs Twitter, disappeared from Spurs Spaces, disappeared just period. And I think that that's kind of disheartening, man. It's kind of disheartening. I'm not saying you're a fake fan or anything, but I do think there's a tier list, okay? There's a tier list. If you're watching these games and you genuinely are in it, I get it. Another thing, too, because this comment right here says I'm a new Spurs fan, so no. That's one where I think that's part of it as well. Like, a lot of people are new to the fandom because of Wemby, right? Like, he obviously helped us gain a lot of new fans. So they see these new guys and they're like, yeah, I don't really care about it that much, you know? I don't really care about it that much. It's still unfortunate. I don't like it. But I don't know. Hopefully, you know, as the season wraps up, maybe the last couple games that the Spurs should win. Just glancing at it, let's see. Spurs schedule. Let's see. So you play the Magic tomorrow. You could probably take that one. Nuggets is a no-go, right? Nuggets is a no-go. Cavs is a no-go. But you got the Blazers. You got the Warriors again. Good luck. You got the Suns. You got the Raptors. So the Spurs, they get probably at least 3 or 4 wins by the end of this season, right? And that will be, what, 4-4? It'll be 4-3. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure a lot of people are just excited to talk about the future and what things look like. So I get that. I get that. And I'm like genuinely looking forward to the playoffs. I think this actually is going to be a nice playoff. It's crazy the gap between Thunder and everyone else, though. Was not expecting that. But this should be fun. Like a lot of fun. In particular, I do want to see the Lakers. It would be nice if they could face off against the Mavericks at some point. That would be really nice. But it should be fun. It's definitely because we're spoiled, Jet Black. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Even the Eastern, the Eastern doesn't look that impressive, honestly. And I probably won't watch many Eastern playoff games until the Eastern Finals. And hopefully it's the Cavs versus Celtics. That'll be fun. But the West, I should be watching most of these. I'll be watching most of these. Right? I don't think the Clippers do anything. I don't even know if I watched that series. I don't know. So next year we make it past first round? Possibly. I think next year the Spurs are a playoff team. I will say this. I'll put this on record, and I'll say it even during next season. You know, albeit if there's injuries, this won't be the case. But if the Spurs go into next season and they are healthy, I think that there will be no excuses for the Spurs not to make the playoffs. Like none whatsoever. Next year should be playoff year. And then it just comes down to, did you make it 7th seed? Did you make it to the 6th seed? On whether or not how we're going to feel if they're going to get past the first round, right? And then the year after that, I think, yeah. We're talking playoff runs, baby. But for now, with a team that's very inexperienced in playoff situations, the closest thing we've gotten is the in-season tournament. Obviously, Wemby has played at a very high level with tough competition. Sohan has done it as well. He didn't go as far as Wemby did, Olympics-wise, but he played on that high level. We just don't have that much experience. It's just not that much there. And I'm not going to sneeze at NCAA tournament for our boy Castle, because obviously him winning that championship is important. People can think that it's not, or it's not as big of a deal, but it is. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of mental prowess to make it in a tournament where if you lose, you're out. Every single game is a game 7 in college tournament. So, and the fact that he was able to get through that and win is a big deal. So we got a few guys that I have no doubts in my mind how they're going to perform when it's a playoff situation. Like I truly do think those 3 guys in project. Well, even Fasell, if the Spurs were to keep Fasell, I saw him in the playoff or play-in, and he performed. Like when his back is against the wall, I think he truly can perform. So we'll see. But yeah, no excuse next year. You make it to the playoffs. As far as is it a first round exit or not, I think it just depends on how well we do in the regular season. If the Spurs end up at 8th seed, it's probably, I mean, let's be honest, it's probably a first round exit. But if they're 7th or 6th, we'll just kind of see how that goes, right? A few teams that might not be as good next year will be the Clippers, will be the Grizzlies. I mean, I'm not expecting a huge jump from the Jazz, and definitely not the Pelicans. The Pelicans are in a really tough situation. I know we don't keep up with them or talk about them, but if you look up their situation as far as all the injuries and even Zion, it's like, okay, he's performing well, but it might just be due to his contract because he has to play. It's an ugly situation with the Pelicans. So a few of these teams are still going to be bad. Suns are probably going to fall apart. So the Spurs ideally could catapult up here to that 7th seed, 6th seed. We'll just see. We'll just have to see. But yeah, Spurs will have a 5-game winning streak next year. Hopefully in the playoffs. But yeah. Anyways. Love watching the Spurs still, mainly because I want to see Blake hoop. I wish Malachi got more minutes, though. I'm going to be honest with you. My man or lady or non-binary, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't think Malachi makes it with this team. I think the Spurs are going to go off of him. It's a lot of signs that they just don't, they're just not buying into it. And also, it's just a matter of how well does he fit, right? Like, that's a genuine question I have. Like, a genuine question that I have for Malachi Branham is just how does he fit? I believe in him when it comes to his talent and what he can do in the NBA. But one of the best things that he has in his kit is the ability to play the pick and roll, being actually a primary ball handler. And with this team and how we're set up, I do not see a usage for him. The only usage you have for Malachi at this point is to be a spot up 3-point shooter. And I would say that that's maybe his secondary best trait. First trait being a pick and roll ball handler and attacking defenders with his mid-range game and whatnot. But as far as just being a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, I don't know. He doesn't have a great pull-up 3-point shot. It's just a really tough situation. Defense, he can't really lean on that much. So I could very well see him not necessarily having a future with the Spurs at this point, especially since, as we've seen, they've been sending them to the G League. Like, with all these injuries, they still can't manage to find a place for him on the court. Like, he still doesn't. If he's not getting any minutes with this amount of injuries, I don't know how the Spurs truly feel about him, right? And I know that Mitch Johnson has ran things definitely differently than Pop, but Pop managed to utilize Malachi, but only as a 3-point shooter, right? And now we even have less of a reason to use him as a primary ball handler. So I don't know how that's going to go. I could very well much so see in the Spurs, trade away Malachi, and I think he will be pretty successful in the NBA. Keep in mind, he should have been a lottery pick. He just kind of fell in that draft, but he was supposed to be a lottery pick, and the Spurs picked him not necessarily because he was on the board, but not necessarily because that was their primary guy. They actually picked him because he fell that low. They were like, what the heck, Malachi Branham's still here? They had no intention of getting him. They didn't think that they would get him, but it's just one of those situations where somebody that is quite talented land that far down, everyone being shocked that the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't grab him, that you just go ahead and say, you know what, I'll go ahead and grab him. You know what I mean? So it's a tough situation. You know, I don't know. Gonna miss Mr. Freeze. We're all gonna miss Mr. Freeze if he's gone. But we'll see. We'll see. I truly don't think he has a place though. Do you think the Spurs will go after Memphis Grizzlies old coach? I haven't heard anything about it. I would hope that they do, only because the Memphis Grizzlies, I don't really know what they. Gosh, how should I put this? Like, there's so many people that have been so critical in the Spurs community. I mean, so critical about Taylor Jenkins, like saying, well, Clan, the reason why he got fired is because he's a bad coach. That's why they fired him for a reason. And I'm like, we're talking about the Memphis Grizzlies here. Like, while they've done a great job of collecting talent and putting depth on their teams, they have not done right by coaches, like, at all. They've been notoriously bad when it comes to coaches. And another thing too, I just don't know what they want out of the coach when your primary star is hurt so often. Like, if you watch the Memphis Grizzlies and when Ja Morant actually is playing, they have him more so like kind of just hanging around the 3-point line, not necessarily ball handling as much as you would expect. But I think part of that is he's always injured, but the other part is you've kind of created a team where you're highly dependent on not having not having Ja Morant, right? Like, he uses everyone on his roster. Like, that's one thing that we brought up. The reason why the Grizzlies are good, or at least their record is good, is because they beat you by attrition. The Grizzlies always just beat you by attrition. They make sure that they have everyone ready to go, and they play everyone on their roster. And I think the reason why they do that is because Ja Morant is always hurt. You have to do it that way. What else are you going to do? You know? No, not really. Wait, I don't know if you're talking about me or not. No, I think you're talking to someone else. If you guys have any thoughts about that, leave it in the chat, because I don't really see why he would be to blame for that. Also, this season, going into the season, Memphis Grizzlies ended up giving him like a bunch of new coaches, which you know this. I mean, looking at the Spurs, we know this. It's actually very beneficial when a head coach can choose his coaches, and the Grizzlies didn't do that. They went and got him some coaches that he didn't necessarily choose, and I'm sure that hurt some things as well, right? I think that hurt a lot. You know, now you have multitude of voices on what you want to do. Everyone needs to jail. You know what I mean? So I'm just not one to have. To me, I think it's a little bit of a logical fallacy to just say, "Hey, this coach got fired, therefore he's a bad coach." I mean, I don't know. Yeah, kind of it logically tracks. Plenty of bad coaches get fired, but this is the NBA we're talking about, right? Like, coaches stay with a team for like half a season and then they're gone. And also, the Memphis Grizzlies getting rid of, and there's nothing that's came out, that's been weird about Jenkins. But so for the Grizzlies to fire a coach right before the playoffs, I'm sorry, guys. I think that speaks more to the coach. I mean, not the coach. I'm sorry. I misspoke. I think that speaks more to the front office. If you're firing a coach right before you hit the playoffs, that is a front office. You do not do that unless there literally is some type of scandal or something insane about to go on. It's not like you fire him and now you're about to go on this mean playoff run. Are you serious? That's not going to happen. It's insane. Yeah, coaches get fired all the time. So it's just bad. I think it's just bad to assume, oh, he's a bad coach, that's why he got fired. He got fired for a reason. You can get fired for a reason, doesn't mean it's a good reason. Lots of things happen for a reason. Doesn't mean it's a good one. You know? He's a good coach, is just what happened behind the scenes. Do you have any more info about what happened behind the scenes? That was a bad firing. Don't know why he was fired. Yeah. I think he's a good coach. Let's see. They're top 5 in the West, and firing your coach, crazy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Not only are they top 5 in the West, they've actually been, I mean, I think offensive wise, sorry, like top 5 in the NBA the past several seasons. Let's see, where were they last season? Last season they were out of the playoffs, sure. Season prior to that, they were second in the West. I don't know. I just think that is very silly to fire this coach. And I saw some people saying, well, he's someone that just can't take you to the glory land. It's like he never has a full team. He has injuries everywhere. And I also saw some Grizzlies fans bringing up the fact that Dylan Brooks was someone that was kind of walking over him. They were like, well, he was just taking so many threes down the stretch, and you know, Taylor Jenkins didn't do anything about it. And I'm just like, you know what? If he was with the Spurs, that would not be an issue. All right. Sometimes it is a personnel thing. All right. Sometimes it is a personnel thing. I'd rather have them go after Trey and oh wait, that's another comment. Sorry. Daniel and Donnie, both of you guys, your profile is a D and it's purple, so I thought that it was the same person. He says Ja Morant. Donnie says Ja Morant did not get coach fired. He likes to coach. Was that an assumption? Did someone assume that? Yeah, I don't know, man. The Grizzlies are not that good of a team, and he is maximizing their talent. I've heard that. I heard that too. I've heard people talk about how he's good with less, right? But he's not great with stars. And I'm just like, Ja's never there. Ja's never here. He's never there. How do you know that? He's never there. You have to. I think, me personally, guys, this is what I like. All right. One thing that I bring up my Cowboys a lot because I hate them. Right. One thing about the Cowboys that I despise, and this is how you can tell we just have terrible coaches and our front office doesn't do anything about it because Jerry Jones is all about his ego, is we have to have everything perfect for the Cowboys to make a run to the playoffs for a first round exit. But everything has to be perfect for you to at least get to the playoffs for a first round exit. Every single time. Every player needs to be healthy. Every player needs to be ready to go. And I personally think that's not something that you should say, oh, he's not that great of a coach because he doesn't do enough with Ja. I think that is way more impressive to do more with less. Why would I believe that this coach, Taylor Jenkins, with talent, with a consistent Ja Morant on the squad, wouldn't be able to make that work if he can make players that aren't that great? Now, I'm not trying to like talk trash about the players, but they're not as good as Ja. He can make that work. Why would I assume that he can't make Ja Morant work? You know, like that's such a leap to me. That doesn't make any sense. Popovich, what made Popovich great was when we had stars on the team, like we had our big three, whether they played or not, we were competitive. And when they didn't play, and when, for instance, the season that Tony Parker was out, and he had to start Manu Ginobili, we did a lot with less. The coaches, great coaches, can do a lot with less. Haven't really seen it the other way around, right? Coaches that solely rely on the talent on their team being able to do more when that talent isn't there. I haven't necessarily seen that. Right? Something happened behind the scenes, probably. Or it's just mismanagement from the Grizzlies when it comes to their coach. Nonetheless, I say all that to say this. If the Spurs were to go after Taylor Jenkins, I would be happy. I think it would be a good move. And yeah, Popovich loves him. So that could work. You could I was just about to say that, Adrian. He said if Pop comes back, Jenkins will be an assistant and he will be a head coach. Wait, in Sacramento? Or did you mean San Antonio? Oh, or he will be head coach in Sacramento. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, more than likely, that's what I would hope. I would hope for him to come as an assistant. Popovich get one more year. Maybe, I don't know. I just want Pop to be healthy, honestly. That's all I really care about. But if he can go, sure, whatever. Have Popovich be the coach for a year. We do our send-off. We get to the playoffs. We make a crazy great run. Maybe get it to the second round. Don't quite get there. Pop goes out in a blaze of glory, retires or goes to our front office. He's awesome. He goes to every single game. We love him. We get his autograph. We kiss him on the cheek, all that good stuff. And then we have Taylor Jenkins take off as our head coach, and then we go on that playoff, those true runs. That's what I'm hoping, because I don't know how much more coaching Popovich can do. I'm only hopes we don't get an AI robot coach. Yeah, I agree. Didn't Taylor Jenkins help coach the Austin Spurs at one point? Taylor Jenkins has been connected to our San Antonio Spurs. Let's see. Let's just go to a quick wiki. I cringe when people say, like, oh my gosh, you're using a Wikipedia post. It's like, yeah. Yeah, Wikipedia is a fine source. Even colleges use it now. All right, so this is his history. As you can see, slightly below 500, above 500, above 500, above 500, below 500, above 500. And then it says fired. Look at that. Finish, fired. All right. Wait, where is the history? Coaching career. Here we go. Jenkins interned with the San Antonio Spurs basketball operation department during the 07-08 season. How old was he? I gotta think. Hold on. 23rd. I'm really bad with math, guys. He was 25. I think my math is right. I think it's 25. You're right. Let's see. Austin Toros in 08 to 12. Let's see. And then 2013, he was assistant coach for the Hawks. In 2018, 2019, assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks. Wait a minute. Why didn't I know this? I don't know basketball. Isn't that their championship year? Wait, did they win? Guys, is that Milwaukee Bucks championship year? Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, that's right. The Raptors won that year. What year did 2021? They won in 21. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Never mind. I was about to say, I'm about to be a crazy advocate. All right, cool. He did win as assistant coach, he did win the NBA D League. Man, I forgot it was called the D League. 2012. So he's been around. He went to school in Texas, guys. He was born in Texas. This is May for us, okay? He was born in Texas, and then he went to high school at St. Mark's School, Dallas, Texas. So yeah, let's make it happen, bro. Let's make it happen. That's all I have to say. So those people that are, skeptical and saying he got fired for this reason, yada, 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 I'm just not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Unless something comes out and it's something that truly is like, all right, this isn't a guy we want around. I'm not buying that it was a good reason for him to get fired. I think it's a little silly at this point. But yeah. Okay. Now I came across something and I actually wasn't sure if it was real. I saw it yesterday and I didn't look into it. So let's see. No one talked about it, so I just assumed it wasn't real, but let's see. Okay. I don't think it was real. It was something circling around that Chris Paul was going to retire. I don't know. I don't know how to who posted this? Who posted this? I need CP3 to do that. No, I don't know who posted this. It's every yeah, no, this isn't real. This isn't real. When you go to even Google and you type it in, is Chris Paul about to retire? It says Chris Paul announced that he will be retiring. I don't think he ever announced that. And this is from Facebook. So yeah. I don't think he ever, I think that's BS. Yeah, okay. It's good we didn't go over it. I didn't look too into it, but I was like, usually something like this would make more rounds. But I saw it. Centel? No, it wasn't Centel. I mean, they usually, you know, come up with better. Like, that's not even like a joke. Like I don't know. That's something that's so possible that is it really funny? Like, Centel does a lot of like funny stuff. Like, good satire to me is like you can kind of believe it, but it's very outrageous, right? Like, it's pretty outrageous, but you could possibly see it. This right here is just like, it's not outrageous or anything. It's just, if it was announced, nobody would really care that much. I think, man, Chris Paul is such a weird player, right? Because like everyone recognizes how great he is and how great he was, but like he doesn't get the same amount of love. I think it's because he's pretty unlikable. Because like fans as a whole do not like Chris Paul. Like no one, I don't see Chris Paul highlights often, you know? And he's definitely considered one of the greatest point guards ever. But like, how often do you see Chris Paul highlights? You know, I'll see a Jason Williams highlight before I see a Chris Paul highlight. No one cares. I feel like we're getting a top 5. Let's look at our chances. What's it called again? Draft. What's the website called, guys? It's Tankathon. Okay, I need a little help. I need a little help on this one, chat. Spurs chances 2025. I had to check the year for a minute. It has the Spurs have an 8th seed. Okay. Are the Atlanta Hawks, as of right now, not on this at all? Oh God, guys, where are the Atlanta Hawks right now? Oh God, guys, they've had every injury under the sun. How? Don't get me wrong, it's still a fleece. It's still a fleece what we did. Why aren't you worse? Let's see. Last few games. Okay. They beat they put up 145 points? How did they put up 145? Zachary Ricochet had 36. What? Onyeka had a double-double. Oh my God! Trae Young had 19 assists. Please sit him. Sit him for the season. This is a curse? Bro, for real. What is going on? Hawks, please. Don't do this to me. Okay? You've been trash for a very long time. Continue to be that. Let us shine. It's our time. It's our turn. You never had yours, but it's our turn. Okay? Dude, what are you winning for? You don't get anything out of this. What are they doing? Help us. This is insane. Oh my God. And look at what they got left, guys. These are all winnable. Trailblazers, Mavericks, Jazz, Knicks, Magic, Nets, Sixers, Magic. These are all winnable for the most part. Okay, they got the Magic twice. Those are going to be okay. The Magic twice is a big deal. All right, the Magic twice is undoubtedly a big deal because maybe if the Hawks have to face the Heat, they don't win that play-in series. But look, Heat is very close. Bulls is very close. All right, let's take a look. I don't like this. I don't like, guys. I knew by the middle of the season that our draft pick might be the strongest, but good God, I was expecting theirs to be right next to ours. Okay, what the heck do the Heat got coming up? Please be easy. Okay, they had the Wizards. Oh my God, the Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Bucks. Okay, 76ers is the easy one. Bulls is going to be a fight. Pelicans should be an easy one. Wizards. So it's basically 50-50. Guys, I'm panicking a little bit. We'll be okay regardless, but like, why are they not losing? Clan is going to be fine. This bothers me. You guys don't know how excited I was. It's like they're trash, but the East is trasher. You know what I mean? Like they're garbage, but the East is even more garbage. I mean, Spurs, where would the Spurs be if they were in the East right now? We'll be competing for a play-in spot. If we were in the East, we would be competing for a play-in spot with our record. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, we looked at the Heat. Magic, please. Magic, please. Magic, please. Oh, God. Okay. They got the... Okay. Hold on. Those are games I already played. They have less games. They play us? Okay. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, we want the Magic to win. I know that that's really tough because we're Spurs fans, but like, we can cheer for the Spurs most games. This is one where we just need to enjoy the process. But like, in the back of our minds, we need to say, Orlando, take care of us, please, because we need Orlando to keep winning. And it only benefit. How dare you? I'm sorry. This is a dire situation. I would never say this if it wasn't dire, okay? We need the Orlando Magic to win their games because the Atlanta Hawks are winning too many. We need the Magic to compete. They win that one, and they also have the Hawks twice. That's a big deal, okay? So they have us, probably a win, maybe. I don't know. The Spurs probably beat them. Oh, God. And then they got the Wizards. Okay. You should beat them. You got the Hawks. That's up in the air. You got the Celtics. Will the Celtics be sitting in? Okay. At that point, okay, guys, there's hope. There's hope. Chat, there's hope. Because even when they go against the Celtics, they might be sitting players. Celtics, and they're still probably a better team, even sitting players. But the Celtics might sit players. Magic is going to be healthy. Hungry. The Celtics only have, they have a big enough gap. They don't have to win those games. And everything will be set in stone by then, so it doesn't really matter. Wait, is it already set in stone? They clinched their division. Okay, they didn't clinch their playoff position. Okay. So the only team that clinched their playoff position are the Knicks. So, all right, back to what I was looking at. So they could beat the Celtics if they sit their players. Pacers, fourth. Are they fighting for anything? Yeah, they'll still be fighting. So that's going to be a tough one. And then the Hawks. We need them to win out. How have they been doing lately? They lost against the Clippers. They beat the Kings. They lost against the Mavericks. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Wizards. Barely lost to the Rockets. Beat the Cavaliers. Okay, anything is possible. Okay, anything is possible. Paolo, Banchero, please do your thing, my friend. Please be the star that you are made to be in the NBA. All right. So it looks like our only hope is the Orlando Magic. I'll be completely transparent with you guys. We need the Hawks to be kicked out and make it as hard as possible, humanly possible, for them to win a play-in series. And I think if the Heat remain where they are, that's our best bet of them getting kicked out of the playoffs. We did it. Tatum cringe. Oh yeah, dude, that was really. You watch some things and it's so blatantly fake, it makes you cringe a little bit. Yeah. Magic win is good. Yeah. Wait, Magic, I don't want to win. And then you said Magic win is good. Okay, I think Clan the Magic fan. Clan the Magic fan, all right? We are pulling for the Spurs to go into 5 overtimes, but ultimately, a little bit of us want the Magic to win, right? Just a little bit, okay? It only benefits us. It only benefits us for the Magic to win. It only benefits us. Spurs aren't getting knocked out of this 13th seed, okay? They get the worst case scenario. This is gonna sound really bad. Okay, I know. It's gonna sound like loser mentality, but the worst case scenario is for the Spurs to climb at this point. Like, there's no point. I just want us to compete, for guys to develop. You know, that's all I care about at this point. So that's the only thing. The worst thing is for the Spurs to go up, and they could go to 12th, but I mean, yeah, more than likely they'll be at that 13th. And then our lottery odds, hopefully the Hawks are back into play for a lottery. Good God. And yeah, actually, you know what? I'll be real with you guys. Our chances for a 1st to 3rd draft pick is not too bad, right? It's not too shabby. You got about an 18% chance, I mean, nearly a 20% chance. 25 to 30% chance of as a top 4 pick. So if we just need to cross our fingers when the draft comes up, hopefully we get past that 8th. Oh boy, we are top 4 team, and that means possibly Cooper Flag, guys. You get like a 4th, trade another pick, and that pick in that positioning. Maybe you get Cooper. Maybe a player or two. Give us Cooper, baby. That would really improve our chances. I would get rid of both of our draft picks for Cooper Flag. I'll be real with you. All right. Okay, so we'll Clan is in his tanking attitude again, rooting for the Spurs to lose. In this one scenario, I wasn't aware of how dire this situation was. I thought, hey, yeah, let's go ahead and see our odds between us and the Atlanta Hawks. I wasn't expecting the Hawks not to be on this list at all. I didn't know they weren't a lottery pick at all right now. That's too much winning for me, bro. We need to be Magic fans for the rest of the season. I'm the biggest Magic fan in the world. Banchero, he's better than Wemby, bro. Guys, remember how DeJounte Murray treated Banchero in that practice. And not practice, it was a scrimmage? What would you call that? Pickup game? I mean, think about how disrespectful he was towards Banchero, right? Don't you want to root for him? You kind of want to root for him, right? You take it back right now? Nah, guys. Tomorrow I am the biggest Magic fan in the world. Banchero, the real number 5? For real, for sure. Did you really just say that? Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I love the Magic. I love the Magic. Banchero better than Wemby. We'll see how I feel after tomorrow's game. I might go back on that. Obviously. Clan low-key drinking. The only thing I'm drinking is water, baby. Look at this. This is Kroger purified drinking water. Isn't it kind of messed up that like they take water then sell it back to you? What is that, bro? It's water. It's everywhere. We have an abundance of it. Yeah, no point in winning for nothing. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. We'll be winning for nothing. Pride? Put your pride away. Put your pride away, Spurs fans. Like, well, it's our pride. Put your pride away. Put it away for a minute. There's a spirit in Orlando. There's magic in our town. I don't know if you're referencing something or you're a Orlando fan. In which I will say hello. And I love your team. Magic is great for the rest of the season. Anyways. In it. Magic theme song? Ah, I got you. Okay. You were referencing something. He is referencing Magic theme song. Oh, it is horrible song. It sounds pretty horrible, so. May 12th. Is that on the lottery? I planned my trip to Japan for July, and I did that because the draft should be at the end of June, right? So I tried to make sure that I'm here for that, so I didn't have to do like some weird stream while I'm over there. Oh, and that was suck too, because the time was suck. Yeah, it's good that I did it early. I didn't even think about that. The time difference will really suck. NASA was shipping water out of Cali during the drought, where the state ran out of water for their bottles. For their water bottles. Jeez, man. I don't want to get woke, but capitalism kind of sucks. I'm gonna lie to you. I remember Kroger, they left us here in San Antonio. HEB. Yeah. Oh man. Good stuff. Let me see something. You guys been enjoying Marvel Rivals? Anybody still been playing that? I've been on it heavy. I really need to. Yeah, capitalism goes on too long, becomes yep. Didn't I mean, I never read it, but didn't Karl Marx say something like that? Capitalism will become fascism or something? Let me see. No, I can't find the quote. Maybe it wasn't Marx. I don't know who said that. Yeah, I don't know who said it. Never mind. Someone said it. Someone who's no longer with us said it. I played Dragon Dogma. Is that good? Is that a RPG? I've never been into RPGs. Does anyone recommend any game that could get me into a RPG? The only RPG, which I guess turn-based RPG I was into was, which I don't think that's not a turn-based RPG, was South Park. And that might be because I'm just a big fan of South Park, but it genuinely was funny and fun. And I do want to play the Yakuza one, the Like a Dragon Yakuza one. I really want to do that one. That one seems cool. But yeah, I just haven't. Yakuza's best series you will love. Oh, the Yakuza turn-based series game, you mean? TRPF is the concept you're thinking of, and it was theorized by Marx. Oh, look at me. Cool. Wait, what does TRPF stand for? TRPF. Oh, tendency of the rate of profit to fall. General tendency and development of the capitalist mode of production. Marx maintained that it will only be a tendency, and that there are also counteracting factors operating, which had to be studied as well. Oh, interesting. I wasn't sure. Clan, are you still going to Japan? Yeah, I'm going in July. As far as moving there, I don't want to say it's up in the air. Because I'm planning for next year. That's what I'll say. What's up in the air is whether it will be early next year or late next year for certain factors. I don't really want to get too into, but like that's the only thing. That's what I'm waiting on. I don't know yet. Clan a dictator in here. I'm not a dictator. Well, yeah, I do dictate this chat. I'm a dictator over all you guys. What I say goes. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is what you need to play Clan. Here's the thing. I played Yakuza 0. That's what made me fall in love with the Yakuza series. I played the second one. No, the first one. The second one. I'm on the third one. And I don't know anything about it yet. Like, I'm just not getting into it. So, like, I'm way behind. And I'm not looking forward to playing the old versions of them because they didn't necessarily remake them. Like they brought them back, but they didn't, like, remake it, right? Anyways, why would you want to live in Japan? I actually have a friend who lives there currently, and she absolutely loves it. Also, my girlfriend is half Japanese, so she has family over there as well. But everything I've heard is pretty dope, not gonna lie, for the most part. I mean, obviously it has its issues just like any country, but healthcare is pretty great. Safety is pretty great. People have described like walking in the middle of the night and feeling pretty safe. What kind of opened my eyes about wanting to eventually live in some type trader. Yeah, I'm a trader. Live in possibly a different country is when I went over to Europe. It was kind of a culture shock. Expensive. It's less expensive than over here, right? Like for instance, do you get paid a lot? No. A lot of jobs don't pay a lot, especially for foreigners. Like, you're not getting paid a lot. What I could do, I could get paid because it could be I can get it with an American job over there. But anyways, besides the point. As far as the cost of living is way lower. So the percentage that comes out of your paycheck is way lower than what we pay over here. Over in America and Canada, it's like way lower. The food is cheaper too. But their price of living is lower than America's. And the percentage that comes out of your income is way lower. Like never mind. I was going to say how much my friend makes. I'm not going to do that. Never mind. But she told me and it was like, oh, you pay kind of nothing. Third is good. Infinite Wealth is best game in Yakuza series. Okay. Japan will be a better place to live than America. America's a bad trouble. Yeah. I'll be over there for a little while. I'm truly truly excited about, possibly doing that. Like, living there, maybe going somewhere else. I mean, why not, dude? You only live on this planet once. Do what you can, do what you want to do. I would live in, how do you say that, Baja California, if I could. What is that like? Let me look it up. Baja California. That is a big section of California. Okay, so this isn't like a... What is this? Is this just like... They have Baja Blast. That's what he said. Wait, is that just a name for California? I'm confused. Oh, wait, that's the... Oh, that section. Oh, that section. Okay. I'm stupid. As you can see, I failed geography class. Very pretty. Oh, you can't even see what I'm seeing. It's very pretty. Gorgeous. One thing that always, this was kind of messed me up, man. When I went to Mexico, because I visited Mexico, and I mean real Mexico. I'm not talking about like tourist Mexico. Like it was in a mix of Mexico. There's a lot of usage of the land, because I mean people just built their own houses and everything, and there's a lot of usage with the land, and it's not a ton of space, at least where I was at. And coming back to America, I was like, we have so much land that we're not doing anything with. So much land. Mexico, yeah, let's deal with cartels. Man, I'll tell you this, the person I was with at the time, it was crazy. They told me like it was like right down the street. It wasn't that far from where we were at. And they were telling me about like the cartel, like how like I think it was like 20 something people were found in like this building or this little shack or whatever, and they showed me, and I was like, what? I mean, I didn't go over there, obviously. We were driving by it. I was like, what? It was like 20 something, bro. Terrifying. You guys should watch Vice videos on like some of the gang wars in Mexico. It's so sad. I mean, obviously we got plenty over here too, but man, it's like so scary. In many places, cartel is police. That is so terrifying, bro. There's like no rules, bro. I mean, there's rules. They have laws, obviously, you know. And certain places of Mexico are more, you know, developed than others. I mean, similar to America. But, yo, it's a whole nother beast. You get caught up, it's a wrap. My friend is from Mexico, and he tells me stories. Like, what does that do to your psyche when you're just around that all the time? Like, you should never be numb to that type of stuff. No, obviously, not all Mexico is this way. No, obviously. Yeah, that would be like me saying, you know, all of Africa is this. Like, obviously, it's not. They have developed cities. It was so funny. I actually had in college, I had a what do they call it? Assistant professor assistant, whatnot. And she was from Africa, and like everyone just had misconceptions. And she was talking about that. She was like, everyone thinks like, wow, they asked me, why was this, was it so difficult? Was it difficult living there? And, you know, not having this necessity, and she was like, I lived in a city and things were very well developed. I had food on the table. I had a nice home. My parents had a nice home. Yeah, we just have misconceptions based on the media that we get. Because, yeah, like other areas, like I said, other areas of Mexico can be like really nice, right? And there's a lot of communities as well that are pretty nice and good. But, you know, it can be dangerous. You get caught up in the wrong area. My friend is numb for it. He sees people get kidnapped in shopping places. Just like America have good places and bad places. I actually feel sad how numb we've become to certain things in America. Wasn't that story when a mayor wants to get rid of cartel, but a week later get killed, happened in Mexico? I never heard of that. Food is outrageously good. Isn't it? Bro, I'm actually making some carnitas right now. In my in my oven, slow cooking it. But like actual carnitas in Mexico is the greatest thing I've ever had in my entire life. Let me see if I can show you what it looked like. Cause you could just walk down. You just walk down the street. I forgot which street we were on, but it was a bunch of vendors. Everyone selling carnitas and just giving it to you for free. They're like, try my carnitas, try my carnitas, try my carnitas. You could literally just walk down the street and you're full. Like you just have dinner that way. Like, this one's pretty good. Let me try yours. That one's pretty good. Let me try yours. Like you just do that. I didn't do that, but a few people handed me them and I was like, oh my God, this is delicious. I'm trying to see what it kind of, it kind of looked like this. Kind of looked like that. I feel like I just saw something else. Carnitas is the greatest thing ever. This is probably my favorite food. It's probably carnitas. And then what's your 3 favorite foods, chat? Mine's would probably be number 1 carnitas, number 2 hot wings, number 3 salmon. I think those are probably stuffed salmon if I want to get specific. I really like my stuffed salmon. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cajun stuffed salmon. Oh yeah, I've been here. Or are there just multiple places like this? I'm not good with locations and where I've been. But like these malls, is that what you call it? Are really cool. Like you go through, everyone's cooking something. I had rotisserie chicken and it was the greatest rotisserie chicken I ever had in my entire life. Going through something that was like this. It was a mall that looked like this. Greatest in the world. What? I didn't say favorite. Man, you guys are bringing up foods I never heard of, bro. You can't keep it simple. You can't say hamburger's my favorite. All right, what is this? Oh my God, that looks delicious. What the heck is this? I don't think I've had this. That looks delicious though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all making me hungry. Oh wait, that's not a food. What is marcart? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. 2 marks. Dose is 2. Is it 2 marks? Mark 2. I don't know. Bugging clan. I don't know. Alpha Star is really good. I don't know how to pronounce any of this. Cheese? Oh, yeah, this is delicious. Yeah, this is delicious. I've had this before. Yeah. I disagree. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I won't try. I can let Google pronounce it. No, I can't, because Google doesn't have anything to pronounce what you just put. I disagree. I actually don't like it that much. Maybe I haven't had great authentic version of it. Every time I have it, I'm like, it's okay. You know, it's like, it's pretty good. It's not better than the carnitas, my friend. Nope. No Paul. No Pow. No Paul. No Pow. Oh, yeah, I've had this before. The cactus. It actually is pretty decent, yeah. Y'all ever had chitlins? I don't understand chitlins, man. I remember it as a kid. Eventually my parents were like, yeah, we're not making that anymore. They're like, why are we eating like this? So like they didn't make it. And I'm like, I always thought it smelled like terrible. And I'm like, all right, when I get older, maybe I'll like it. Had it recently? I don't get it, bro. Can we like stop having that? Can we stop eating that? It sucks. It sucks. There's nothing like good about it. There's nothing good about this. Look at this. It doesn't look good. It doesn't smell good. You have to drench it in hot sauce just for it to be palatable. Palatable? Palatable? Wait, what word am I trying to say? Why am I saying it wrong? Palatable. 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 I think that's what I'm trying to say. Trippers is incredible. I never heard of that. Trippers. I've never had. What is this made out of? What is this? Fish? Is that a fish? What is that? Cow's stomach? Is it good though? Palatable. Thank you. I don't know what I was trying to say. He says nasty. It looks. I mean, it's stomach, bro. Why are we eating this way? Why are you guys doing this? Gorditas. Have I had this? I actually don't think I've had this before. Bro, I'll tell you something, man. I don't even know what it's called, and I feel stupid for not knowing it. But in Europe, I went to get a sandwich. I went to the sandwich shop and got a sandwich, and it was the most delicious sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't know what it is. See, if I look up European sandwich, none of it comes up. Like, these are just normal sandwiches, but they called it a sandwich. And it was something different. It was like wrapped. I don't know what meat was in it. I don't know what was in it, bro. I just know it was freaking delicious. Went when I was 18 though. I should have known. Was I 18 or 19? I was 18. I was about to be 19. Y'all bugging. Trippers is delicious. You just used to it, man. What country? Rome. It was Italy. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I probably should put that in, huh? Yeah, what was a wake-up call was... Oh, I don't even know if I said what the wake-up call was. What the wake-up call... Actually, I think this is it. It looked kind of like that. No, this. What was a wake-up call for me? Pancakes and biscotto. Well, maybe not. What was a wake-up call for me was when I heard kids playing in the middle of the street, and it was like 2 a.m. And I was like, man, streets can be safe. Like, that's not something I'm accustomed to. Streets can actually be safe. And ever since, I've kind of yearned for that. Like, I've always kind of wanted that. Or at least be around that, you know? Not that I'll be just randomly walking in the middle of the night, but just that safety element is really cool to me, right? It's very peaceful. That's what I'll say. It was very peaceful being able to see that. Clan is for the streets. Yeah, I'm for the streets. Pork banh mi sandwich. Okay, all you guys are cultured. We got some culture people. Except for the person that said eat cow stomach. Who was that? Not that guy. Except for you, not that guy. Everyone else, though? Everyone else? You guys are... Well, never mind. Someone said eat raccoon, so never mind. Safe streets? That's not American. Facts. My wife's favorite is menudo. Menudo. Go to Portugal for their food. It's incredible. Oh, So you are a man of culture, huh? You just. Oh wait, I think someone brought this up, and maybe you brought it up before in another chat, bro. I've seen this. I thought it looked weird. Yeah, you brought this up. It's so crazy. Years of eating like authentic Mexican food. Like things that are spicy to my parents, my family is just not spicy to me anymore. Like I'm like, this isn't spicy. Like they don't like jalapenos and their stuff. They're like, it's way too spicy. I'm like, this is not spicy. Got to be raised on it. Yeah. And food is very important. You know what I mean? Like food's very important. There's a nostalgic feeling you have. There's this comfort that you have with certain food that you ate growing up. So I understand the importance of some of this. I'm still not cool with chitlins though. I'm not cool with chitlins. I don't like it. Zion's done for the season. You just read an article on that? That's crazy. Food is culture. Food is culture. My family finds too much pepper spicy. I snack on jalapenos. They're so good. Just joined the stream. I know you like to talk about other things sometimes, like movies or anime or whatever, but sandwiches was too unexpected. Yeah, I don't even know how we got on that. Yeah, I don't know how we got on that. I think I was just telling everyone that. Oh, it started with someone asking me about Japan. I am curious about the cuisine in Japan. I will tell you that much. I am very... I'm gonna see how that goes. Food is life, for sure. Do you like ceviche? Oh, that's something... I know what that is, but I don't. Ceviche. Oh, this. No, I don't like this. No. I mean, it's like... When I had this, it's like you can tolerate it, but it's not my thing. I didn't like it. Yeah. It's just tolerable for me. It doesn't, like, it's not like it makes me sick or nothing, but I don't have it and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to have more of that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's on the plate, I have to eat it. Zion and McCullum are done for the season. That's insane. Raw fish cooked in lime juice and with other veggies. Huh. A lot of seafood in Asian culture. Seafood is not for me. I like seafood. But yeah, that's one thing that we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I'll adjust, you know. Everyone that goes to Japan says that they lose a lot of weight. Their food standards are different. We'll see. I'm gonna have everything I possibly can under the sun there. We'll see how it goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. But when I've had Japanese meals, I've always liked them. I will admit though, I don't think there's been anything I had that I just loved yet. You know what I mean? Except for sushi. Sushi's awesome, by the way. Sushi is... I always thought that I wouldn't like sushi when I finally had it, but sushi is pretty awesome. I do love sushi. I think Japan knows its Mamu over Sohan. You think so? I wonder who's the like favorite NBA team in Japan, the most popular NBA team in Japan. The Grizzlies. Why is this a thing? One in average viewership for games, which is how most Japanese fans take in the action. Memphis also outpaced the Lakers and Warriors in November team merchandise sales. Why? Probably the Grizzlies because of the player they took. Oh, is that what it is? I know that the Grizzlies are very popular even in Mexico. I don't know what the top team is. When I was in Mexico, I saw Grizzly flags. Okay, it doesn't have. They don't have statistics on that. They don't have statistics on that. The Japanese point guard who went off in the Olympics. Oh man, how tall is he? Isn't he short? Isn't he like 5'6" or something? I can't spell. 5'3"? Bro, I said 5'6". He's 5'3"? Like 5'7"? Wait, is this the wrong person? This is the wrong person. $5'8". Okay. Oh, thank God. What? Wait, 5'8" is still super. That's crazy. That's crazy. So since the Spurs play tomorrow, I guess we'll go live again tomorrow. I mean, there's really no point in not doing it, right? Duck sausage? What about the Yakuza? My friend, she actually ran into a Yakuza member. And she didn't know that they were Yakuza until she saw their finger was gone. Like, they were like really cool. They were chucking it up, talking, had a drink. She said it was a genuinely like really nice guy. And like all his friends were cool. And then she saw his like finger missing like at the end. But yeah, she was like, "Oh, what?" It's crazy. I don't know where she was at. She might have been in Osaka. I think it's a lot of Yakuza members in Osaka. I'll be in Osaka. Clan be like 5'2" with shoes. Me? I'm actually. Excuse me. I'm like 6'2", 6'3". I think I'm tall, and then I get next to Swish Hill, my friend Swish Hill. You guys know Swish Hill. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm not that tall. He's tall. I think he said he was like 6'4", I think. So I might be like 6'2", because I feel like I'm a couple inches under him. What is that, a Japanese gang or something? The Yakuza? Yeah. There's been a lot of videos on the fall of Yakuza, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a Japanese gang. You should actually play the game Yakuza. That's a fun game. It's the game we were talking about earlier. But yeah, my friend, she met some Yakuza members, or at least one Yakuza member for sure. I don't know if she knew if the other ones were in Yakuza or not. But apparently that guy was nice. He's probably very interested in her being a foreigner. He was probably like, oh, I don't see many. Cool stuff. Casually chopping it up with the Yakuza is crazy. Yeah, I mean, apparently he just seemed like a normal dude. Like, she wouldn't have known. Apparently he just seemed like a normal guy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was behind Tim Duncan in line at the movies once. It feels extra crazy seeing a person that tall in everyday context. Yeah, that's pretty wild, ain't it? Do you know what he was going to see? I want to believe that Tim Duncan has good movie taste, but I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling Tim Duncan. Is it bad to say that I think Tim Duncan IRL is probably kind of a jerk? He just get that vibe that he's a jerk. Like I get that vibe from Tony too. Like the only person I get a vibe from, the big three that like genuinely isn't a jerk, is Manu. Like Manu's the only one that I like. I think real life is probably pretty decent, dude. Like I would be shocked. Like if something came out and people were like, yeah, Tim Duncan's an absolute jerk or Tony Parker's an absolute jerk, like I would believe it. Manu's the one where I don't feel that way. Timmy is not a social personality. I just think Timmy might just be a jerk, man. Timmy a PC gamer, so he cool in my book. What does he play? What does Timmy play? Do we know? Are we privy to that information from the great Timmy? I've met Manu multiple times and he's so nice. That's what I assume. I assume Manu is like genuinely nice. I don't think David Robinson would be nice too. Oh, something cool is that my T.O. who lives in San Antonio would go to the same church as David Robinson. That's cool. I think David Robinson probably is a genuinely nice guy. Didn't TP bang Brent's wife? Yes. Yeah, he did. I wish there was more out on that situation because that's a wild debacle that no one talks about. You know, you ever notice that no one talks about this? No one talks about it, bro. Nah, Timmy definitely a gentleman. How dare you? I guess, man. Maybe you've hung around him. I don't know. He seemed like a jerk. My music teacher said David Robinson took the flute classes at his college. I could see it. I could see David Robinson taking a flute class. Spurs are good at sweeping bad stuff under the rug. That is very true. The Spurs are really good with handling tough situations or bad situations. Yeah, I think a lot of times it's because they act on it super well or super fast too. You know, I mean, they do keep the mentality true that they want quality guys around them. They didn't even hesitate. You know how many teams might have hesitated to get rid of Primo, a player that you took in a lottery, knowing that first round picks are very valuable and you took him in a lottery? You know how many teams would be hesitant to just drop him? Spurs found out and dropped him immediately before anyone knew anything. Like they dropped him so hard that we all knew something was up. But like, I don't think a lot of teams will do that. Maybe give him like a little suspension, you know, let's get more information or whatnot, you know, let that play out. Maybe people will forget. No, Spurs like, no, you're out of here. Go. Get out of here. Spurs management is top notch. Common sense ain't common. Yeah, I mean, people are so afraid of the bottom line, right? Everyone's so afraid of not having that winner on your team. You know, the Spurs mentality of just having the right guys around you always pays off. And I think it's about to pay off soon. But that mentality works. And it works for other teams to not really care and just get as much talent as you can. But it usually it eventually blows up. You know, you can't do that forever. Yeah, with StarCraft. Okay. David Robinson and Sean Elliott played basketball at Laurel Heights UMC when my mom was the pastor. They're very nice. Yeah, I can see that. I can see David Robinson and Sean Elliott being nice. I'm just being honest with you guys. I don't think I don't know this for a fact. And obviously, I still think he's one of the greatest of all time. I would put him top 3. I just don't think Tim Duncan's that nice. Just the vibe I get, and I don't think Tony's nice. I think he's a jerk. That's just the tone. I don't know. If I met him, I'm sure he'll be kind. You know, I'm sure he'd be kind. And if he saw this video, I'm sure he wouldn't take too kindly to me saying that. But that's the vibe I get. I'll be like, Tony, Mr. Parker, always got the vibe. I wouldn't say that. What are y'all talking about? We're talking about, I don't know, what were we talking about? Tony's French. Why is that always the go-to? I'll say like, man, Wimby says something that was kind of out of line, and then everyone in the comments is like, well, he's French. French people are just stuck up. Then they're jerks. Not all French people are jerks, but like, you're a jerk. Like, everybody has a reason for being the way that they are. Every single person on this planet has a reason, or some type of upbringing, some type of environmental factor on why they are the way that they are. But you can still be a jerk. I don't know. They're blunt, not jerks. Direct. Even if you're direct, even if you're blunt, right? Like, the blunt stuff that you say can kind of come across as you just being a jerk. Like the underlining beliefs that you hold make it come across as you're elitist at times, you know? I'm just being honest, man. You can take someone that's blunt in America or whatever, right? You can take a kind person that's blunt and take a jerk that's blunt, both of which are blunt. But you can't just say, well, they're just direct. No, one person, what they're spewing is blunt, they're a jerk. And another person, what they're spewing is blunt, but they seem like a cool guy. You know? Don't be soft clan. What are you talking about? Now I'm gonna flip it on you. He's French, all right? I'm the soft one? I'm just kidding. Shout out to my French people. Also, you probably don't care. I have French in my family. It runs in my family. My grandfather's half French. Great grandfather's full French. So there's that. Shout out to my French people. Oui, mon ami, all that good stuff. Whatever. Americans are sensitive these days. Again, cultural. Dude, Americans, everyone is sensitive all the time. Like, don't say nowadays and all this. Like, come on, these days. Bro, parents didn't want Pokemon on the air in like the 90s. Everyone was crying about Pokemon and Harry Potter. If anything, we've become less soft. The world, America has been way softer. Get out of here with that. Pokemon. Now kids watch Demon Slayer, and there's no uproar about that. We're chill. We're cool. Everyone recognizes it's awesome. Shut up. French people in the chat, clan doesn't represent Americans, I promise y'all. Whatever. I never claimed to represent anybody. I represent myself. Didn't RC Buford have a DUI? A DWI? Yeah. They swept RC being an alcoholic under the rug. That was kind of crazy. When that happened, no one knew about. I brought up that a few weeks ago, or like maybe a month ago, and like people in the chat were like, "What the heck is this? What do you mean?" I was like, "Yeah." Oh, man. Do you have friends that's French? You will understand better if you encounter one. No, I don't have French friends. I'll admit that. I actually don't care that much. I'm just like kind of joshing. I'm joking. French people are cool. I'm sure. Steven Jackson said Tony was a bad person. He probably is, bro. Like, he probably is. And by the way, I don't think Wimby's a bad person. I just think it's just weird that sometimes when I say like that was strange. Like, something that he said, people are like, well, he's French. And I'm like, well, he's blunt all the time. And why is it this specific topic on which he had an opinion on something I didn't vibe with it? Not the excuse is he's French. Like, no, it's just a bad belief that he has in something. Or at least a belief that I deem as a bad belief. But like everything else, like I like his bluntness. It's fine. Ew, Andy, who? Did you really quote that, bro? I hope that's ironic. Yeah, let's pray that's ironic, my man. Let's pray that is ironic. That is like one of the most silly quotes. Silly things people say. Oh, man, that's cringe. Chandler, we already agreed earlier Mamu was better than Sohan. No one agreed on that. I missed the Sohan segment. I don't talk about Sohan all the time. Dang. I might have mentioned Sohan today. I don't know. West Sacramento's A sounds weird. I'm watching MLB A's versus Cubs. Gotcha. Yeah, Clan agreed. Chandler, shut up. All right. I am about to hop off. I appreciate the love nonetheless. Even the people that are weird, okay? Chandler, Caps, I still love you. G-Money. Wait. No, G-Money, you're not weird. You just don't like Fox. Shout out to you. Shout out to Tax. Shout out to Andy Who, even though you put a really strange quote. Okay, yeah, Andy Who, you're cringing in the chat. You love you though. Shout out to Patrick. Let me just see some of the people. Muhammad, Nether always like brings some heat, especially when it pertains to like culture and movies and stuff like that. VJE, shout out to you, my friend. Let's see. Not that guy. If you're still here, shout out to you. Nick. I'm missing somebody. Mickey, but there's someone else. Or is it Mikey? It's Mikey. Where's the other person? Am I missing the name? Hold on. It was like Donnie? It was Donnie and someone else. I think the thing is gone now. Oh wait, no, is it still there? Okay, it was Donnie and let's see, Matthew. I don't see the other person. That's weird. Anyways, maybe it was like Diego? I'm not sure. Thanks, Patrick. Clan loves Sohan. I do, G-Money. Andy Who said, love you back, y'all. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'll be able to convince you that America ain't all bad. I love y'all back. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of love we need in the chat. All right, this is the type of love we need in the chat. It's too much. It's too much bickering. We don't really fight, but you know what I mean. All right. Yep. Mamu over Sohan. Thank you, Caps. Thank you for what you added to the conversation. All right, y'all. Everyone have a good life. Good life. I think I said good life. I combined. Yeah, I don't know what I said. All right, everyone have a good night. What if a Rockets fan was in here though? Oh, no, not you. Yeah, not you. All right, everyone else have a good night though.